May 22nd, 2016. Undead from Cleveland, you're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian Baird.
Don Anderson.
And Larry Mack.
Okay, we have the whole crew here again. It's very exciting.
Maybe.
Got nothing else to say other than we're going to start with our top 20 drinking game. If you've never played before, basically we're going to go through the top 20 list as it is on Amazon.
Now's a good time to shut off the show.
And if we list off something that's not a game, you have to drink. This week I'm drinking Diet Root Beer,
What?
Food Club, caffeine-free and calorie-free. So delicious.
Gluten-free, right?
Yes, no gluten in my diet pop. Number 20, Nintendo Isabelle Summer Outfit Amiibo.
Alright.
Toy.
That is toy. Drink.
Or
Drink.
it's a stripper.
Larry, what are you drinking this week? It's always something weird.
Well, actually, I need your help with this one.
Uh-oh.
It's spelled.
How do I pronounce the O with the umlaut?
Blah.
Ooh? I think it's an ooh.
Okay, it's Moonshof Kellerbier, an unfiltered German lager. But what makes this awesome? It's not the Kellerbier, although it is quite good. This badass cap on the bottle. Check this shit out. It's got one of these. It's got one of these things on it.
One of them old school things.
I couldn't see it. But alright, I believe you.
Don't believe him.
Everybody has to drink, too, because Larry couldn't pronounce the name of the beer.
Baron Munchausen disease. Fucking.
Number 19, Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 4. Number 18, Battleborn Digital Deluxe Edition for Xbox One. Number 17, Minecraft Wii U Edition. Number 16, the Overwatch Collector's Edition for the PlayStation 4. Number 15, Valkyria Chronicles Remastered Launch Edition for the PlayStation 4. Number 14, No Man's Sky for the PlayStation 4. Number 13, Battleborn Digital Deluxe Edition for the PlayStation 4.
Never heard of it.
Number 12, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess for the Wii U.
The princess.
Number 11, DualShock 4 Wireless Controller for the PlayStation 4. Everybody drink.
Everybody must drink.
Don, what are you drinking this week?
I have a nice big glass of water.
Wow.
Or vodka, however you want it.
Your dad's guilt trip's getting to you.
It's amazing how, like, after you stop drinking so much pop and you start drinking more water, that, like...
It's like religion, sort of.
Well, no,
You
because it's
pee
like...
a lot more.
If I go and have, like, 2 Cokes, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I feel ill. So,
Yeah, it's pretty true, actually.
right. So it's like, oh, I think this is actually... I think this is actually doing something.
I'm healthy. No,
Slow down.
I'm not.
I think really the key, I think what you've identified is that you should just never stop drinking soda and drinking water because it fucks you up.
Right, because it messes up your whole system.
Yeah.
Through that.
Number 10, King Day Amiibo for the Nintendo 3DS. I have no idea. It's a toy. Drink. Brian, are you drinking anything this week?
My usual mango juice.
With the,
Man juice?
habanero
Oh.
mango juice?
No, not that shit. I like that stuff, but it's also, like, you get fucking unbelievable heartburn, man. So, like, no.
I believe it. Number 9, Meta Knight Amiibo. Drink.
Drink again.
Get a big beard.
It's like an Amish almost.
Yeah, got a flat hat.
Number
Say
8,
your name.
Doom for the Xbox One. $60.
I am doomed.
Wouldn't it suck if you bought that and you got like the original Doom that's like
Yeah, Doomed.
free? You're like, what the it's just, it'd just be funny. Or if it just started with that and you had to clear like the first level before you unlock the real game. Number 7, Waddle Dee Amiibo. drink,
Bottle
and
Dew.
you guys buying this shit. You're bumming me out. Stop buying it. I saw this.
Hey, man.
Mike Wellman, you know, he posted up this photo, I think, of his kid. I don't know if it's his kid, but I think it was his kid. And she was holding this thing up, and it's called a shop. It's a toy called it's called a Shopkin.
Oh, child.
And
Oh,
these other parents knew what this thing was, these Shopkins. And so I went online because I like to make sure at least I know what people are talking about. And basically, it's like the Amiibos. They're like collectors of like grocery items. They're like just plastic junk. And, but there's like rare ones and less rare ones and stuff. And I was like, so this is just like Amiibo, but without the video game connected to it at all. It's just
Here you go.
plastic stuff.
So did you get like a plastic head of lettuce or something?
Yeah,
Right here.
yeah, with a face.
Almost
got-
useful.
I don't know
Don-
what this
Don's
is. I
got
think it's some
some.
kind of lime.
Don
I'm
has
not
a
sure.
line. Yeah,
And then I think this is a hat or something. I don't know what this is.
some of
they all
them are
have faces.
rare. You might have one worth a lot of money. You don't
This
even
one's
know.
a hat. That one's a hat.
Crazy.
My daughter's into them. Yeah, and some of them are rare. Some of them are hard to find. Some of them are common.
It's just like the Amiibos. Thank God Amazon doesn't include the Shopkins in the list. But
Here's the list.
somebody gave him an idea. It might show up on here. Number 6, Kirby Amiibo.
Rick.
Oh, we did that one already. Or no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Number 5, Doom for the PlayStation 4.
I am doomed.
Number
Cuckoo
4,
True.
Overwatch Origins Edition for the Xbox One. Number 3, Overwatch Origins Edition for the PC. Number 2, Overwatch Origins Edition for the PlayStation 4. And number 1, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End for the PlayStation 4. So that's your games that came out this week. We don't have a Steam Top 10 this week, but I will quickly go over the games that are coming out this week.
Good.
Monday, Overwatch, multi-platform, obviously. We also, on Tuesday, multi-platform, get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan.
Nice.
And for PC, Total War Warhammer, which is for Brian, I guess.
Yep, yep.
Sounds like a new
Wednesday,
slate.
nothing. I do have to say, there's a shitload of Warhammer games, aren't there? We're talking about a different Warhammer game almost every week.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has rights to their IP. I think I could buy their or I could license their intellectual property for like
Dare, you'll fuck it up.
for like $5. Lots of people fuck it up. It's crazy. Thursday, PlayStation Vita, we have Classic Dungeon Sengoku and SA7. For the PC, we have Excubator and Robot Arena 3 and multi-platform Omnibus. Thursday does not sound like a good day for gaming. And then Friday, multi-platform Dragon Quest Heroes 2. So that's our games coming up. All right.
That's fine.
Brian, tell us about your week.
Nothing really happened this week, to be honest. I didn't do anything significant. Just my job. Would come home, sleep, and then go back to work. Playing Diablo 3, I got to level 60, and I get to just go, oh, look, I can make stuff, and then I have to wait till level 70 so I can make more stuff, and I can keep repeating the same things over and over and over. Otherwise, it's been pretty, just mellow. Nothing really new. No kid stuff going on. Just I went grocery shopping. That was it. Video games. I just kind of, like I said, Diablo 3. Download a bunch of comics.
What do you use for your comic downloads?
What?
What software do you use to download comics? I mean, are you
They're
just...
apps.
I know. I mean, are you using like the Apple Store to get the comics?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go through them, or you can go through Amazon too. But apparently, in the end, it doesn't really matter very much. It's going to be, whatever the fuck they take it out of.
Take it out of your ass.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't think that they're going to be, all that like cheap and stuff. But they, it depends because like I go Let me take a look at what the fuck I got real quick. I get from like Vertigo and IDW, and I had the Dark Horse one, but it's sort of like, if you're not into Aliens or Terminator, then you kind of run out of ideas. Predator. That's about it, really. I had Marvel for a while, which is okay. Marvel's got some good stuff, but it's like, once you start getting to Marvel, it's like that you have to have time commitment and a lot of money, because you're gonna get into that shit pretty hard and heavy. Whereas I like a little bit more close, the independent ones. I think they're a little bit more fun to wrap in. The hell was the one on? Let me see real quick. I was just reading this one. It was sort of like I was reading a lot of American Vampire. I really like that. And then they recommend this one called Loveless, and it's like some Civil War guy and his wife, and they're on the run, against the Union and stuff like that, and they use the N-word quite a bit in this. I'm kind of like, you're a comic guy. I guess you get away with that shit. Or maybe the comic guy is actually black. Who knows? It's not like I desire to say it. It's just, it's sort of funny that, well, in comics, I guess it's okay.
Well, if it's a period piece.
It is, yeah. It's well done. It's sort of got like a spaghetti western sort of feel to it, which kind of hooked me. There's like, they have a lot of post-apocalyptic type comics, which is normally the only real genre that really just will snag me right away. But then like, we got superpowers. Like, no, dumb. Like they had a couple good zombie ones out there. They had one called it's like DMZ, and it's like there was a second Civil War in the United States, and people in New York City, there's like that's what the rebellion's going on, and I'm just like thinking, who fucking thinks that when living in New York City you're going to last 5 minutes, man? You're going to run out of fucking food in the blink of an eye. You eat each other? I mean, come on. And they might. What do I know? But that's about it, really, man. I get like the usual like Hellblazer or like anything by Garth Ennis. Preacher, which I saw the preview. I have no idea if it's gonna be any good or not. I'm kind of like on the fence about whether or not it should
tonight,
be something.
I think, right?
Huh?
It's tonight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I want to like it, but there's a part of me that just says, I've read a lot of reviews from people. And they're kind of like, yeah, it's they changed it a bit. I'm like, then it's done. Because that's a really good, fun, well-written, great original idea, and I'm fairly certain that they fucked it all up. So, that's about it, man.
Very sad. All right, hey, Anderson, how was your week?
My daughter's gonna get braces this Wednesday.
Uh-oh.
And I found out that I got to pay for half of it
That's unfortunate.
by Wednesday.
Oh.
Ouch.
I got 2 shifts until then to make.
Yeah, $3,000 some. Sure, it can be done, dude. Come on. If you love your kid enough, you can do it.
Okay,
right?
so everybody get the fuck up to Cheesecake Factory and tip the hell out of Donnie.
Yeah, no shit.
Thank you. Speaking of which, never mind.
All right, then fuck it.
Fuck it, Frank.
Fuck it, fine. Fuck your story, man.
Yeah, it's pretty much. This is like the first weekend in 3 weeks that I haven't seen Mole or Joe, so I think I'm doing all right. So that's all right. Other than that, yeah, it's just all the bills are coming in. It's summertime, so we're supposed to be getting busy and blah blah blah, yakety schmackety, just the same old BS. Yeah, just I got caught by one of these old credit cards that I used to have like years back. They found me. They're like, we're taking you to court. And I'm
That's
like,
dedication. That's hate.
that's what I said. I was like, really? Are you guys really coming after me? I was like 6 years ago. And he's like,
Company probably doesn't even exist, man. Most credit card companies tank.
They're not.
Right.
They're not coming after you. Is that what they told you?
they said they were going to take me to court.
No, he's lying. They only have 2 years to come after you. After that, don't make a payment.
Too late.
Okay, that's your fault. If you make a payment, you've reopened the credit, and now they can take you to court.
Oh, well. Now I'm on a payment plan.
If your bills are over 2 years old, they're gone.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember you telling me that like a couple years ago.
That's completely false.
No, it's totally true. It's totally true.
It's 6 years in Ohio.
It's not. It's 2 years. It's
Totally sense.
It's you might be thinking of like IRS or school loans
No,
or
IRS and school loans can hound you till you die.
Yeah.
it's not. Why do you think they sell them off to creditors? Because the creditor tries to get the debt that they can no longer get. So they hound you until you make a mistake because you don't know, and you make an open payment, and then they can go after you.
Begging for forgiveness.
Elections.
Everybody's looking it up. Either way, it doesn't matter because
That's true. Yeah, once you make the payment, then it doesn't matter because you restarted the clock. So it's
right. So whatever.
That's the hands of time.
I'm trying to fix my credit anyway. So maybe it'll help. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Why you want to go and do something like that for? That's stupid.
I know, right? I'm just. Most people live paycheck to paycheck. I'm living day to day.
Come on, Ohio.
Whatever money I can find.
Once the debt is 10 years old, it falls off your credit anyway.
Oh, see, 4 more years, I would have been clear.
Yeah,
But you restarted
trusted
it,
him.
so...
Well, the next person that calls, I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. My name is John.
That'll be that moment your dad's like, Donnie!
Yeah. He picks up the phone. Donald!
Just
Donald
tell them to
Anderson,
take you to court. Just be like, let's go to court. Let's do it. They won't.
Right.
Now, that's not... if it's taxes or if it's a school loan or something, then you got to pay. So...
Oh, yeah.
No, it's nothing like that. It was a credit card from when I was in Columbus right after the divorce. And, yeah. It was bad news from the very beginning. So, whatever. It's just typical. It's just typical of my life. So, I'll take it. I'll be part of it. And there you go. So, nothing really major. I bought Skyrim for $5.
Wow.
And I have not played it, but Sophie played it. And I was like, what do you think? And she says, it's okay, I guess. So, I'm
A
going to
reviewer say that, too. Like, okay.
I might take advice from a 10-year-old. I'm not sure. I may still try it. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of nothing major that happened.
Okay. Larry, how was your week?
My job is just stomping on my balls and crushing me. Did some Lord of the Rings online, since I don't have an actual, real life in the real world, so...
That sucks, anyway.
At least I can go online and pretend I have a life, and there I'm level 101 right now. I'm still working towards the new level cap, yay me. Outside of that, let's see, what did I do this week? I worked. Tuesday after work, I went to the Winking Lizard with a couple of my friends from work, where I picked up my halfway prize on the beer tour. So I have passed the 50 beer mark. I got my cool little Winking Lizard beer paddle, and it looks cool as shit. It's like a Winking Lizard head with and it's got 3 little sample glasses on it with the Winking Lizard. So that was cool as hell. Friday, I'm sitting at work. I had nothing planned because it's lame and I don't have a life. So Friday, I'm getting ready to leave work, and this girl I know texted me. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, nothing. And she's like, "You know what? It's friggin' gorgeous outside. Let's go sit on a patio someplace and have a beer." I was like, "I'm in." And so, where do you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. We did all that stuff. And she's like, "You decide." I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "I will pick you up." So I got home, and she picked me up. And I was like, well, what if I wanted to drive? She's like, "Well, you're not driving because I'm in a pissy mood today." I was like, "Awesome."
Nice.
I was like, so, I was trying to figure out a good place for us to go. She's like, "I decided where we're going." But
It's a very demanding girl that you're hanging out with.
What's that?
A very demanding girl that you're hanging out with.
So, she takes us down to Hinkley Lake. And she's like, "But I hooked you up. I got you the best corned beef sandwich. And we're going to have some corned beef sandwiches. And I got some Mike's Hard in the back. And we're going to sit out by the lake." I was like, "That's really awesome of you. I appreciate you looking out for me. By the way, I think corned beef is fucking disgusting. And I absolutely hate it."
Slapped her.
So
It's the grossest thing ever.
So she doesn't know you, basically.
So she was like, "Then I guess you're not eating." So
That's a great feeling when somebody goes out of their way to like give you something, and they're like,
I know.
"Hey, I got you something awesome," and they give it to you, and you're like, I just don't like that.
damn it. Yeah, because you kind of feel like a dick, but on the other hand, it's like, maybe you could have asked me.
Right.
Because I would have told you I absolutely hate this shit. You know. But, so we're sitting there, and we're just talking, and we're sitting by the lake, and there's these three separate families of geese
about your food.
come fucking swimming in. And it's like, oh, and then two little kids with grandma and grandpa come to feed the fucking geese. And the little girl, they had some kind of fucking seeds. I don't know what the hell they were feeding the geese, but some kind of seed crap in a bag. And you know how typically you do the little toss, take a handful and kind of just whip it out there? She's like coming overhand with it and just like throwing it at the geese. Which was
Like insulting.
yeah, I was like, watch, this is hilarious. And then like the one group of them went off to the side and came up on the shore, and she went after them, throwing food at them
And drown.
and the one
Great story.
the one, like the big goose, like hisses at her. It's like,
Thanks.
so now she's playing with the goose. So she's like,
Yeah.
and yeah. So and then she'll like run back, and her grandma's like, now stop that. Now he's getting mad, and I'm like, that goose is gonna beat her ass. Grandma and grandpa ain't gonna do nothing to stop it because they're grandmas and grandpas and they can't battle geese. And so
Mean and shit.
oh hell yeah, they're mean as fuck. So we're both sitting there watching this. You know, the girl runs back over, throws another handful of friggin' millet at the geese, and I was like, okay, so obviously when this goose attacks her, I'm a good guy. I will absolutely go over there and kick the goose in the head or whatever, because I'm not just gonna watch a little girl get mauled.
Until it hisses at you.
But I was like, but
First thing
I just want to say this. For those first few seconds when the geese is like, fuck you, and just goes at her and he friggin' rips off her leg or whatever, it's going to be so hard not to laugh my ass off. So I'm totally hoping it happens, even though I will have to stop it because it's just shit. So anyway, nothing happened though. Very disappointing.
Awesome. That's the best story ever.
So after that,
When geese
like-
go out.
Except for Tiny Story. Tiny Story was good too.
so after that, she's like, okay, so let's go to the bar. I was like, sure. I was
She
like,
was killed there.
you know what? You know who's got a patio? Park Tavern has a patio. Let's go check out our friends at the Park Tavern. So we get to Park Tavern. Most packed I've ever seen the place.
Wow.
Because usually it's desolate. So we go out on the patio, totally crowded, find a table, sit down, waitress goes by, waitress goes by, waitress goes by. Hey, I'm just going to get those guys and then I'll be right back. So the waitress comes back, takes our order. As soon as she leaves, the girl I was with, she's like, yeah, the cigar smoke from that table is going to kill me. We need to move. So there's another table, so we walk over there. There's only one chair at the table, and there's people at the table next to it. She's like, is anybody sitting here? And they're like, well, actually, yeah, we have a couple friends that are coming back, but if you guys want to sit at the other end of that table, that's fine. And she's like, okay, go get yourself a chair. And I was like, where the fuck am I going to find a chair? And she's like, well, there's chairs over there. Oh, wait, there's another table over there. So then we go to a third table, and we sit down. Waitress comes out, can't find us with our drinks. Flag her down. We finish our drinks. She's like, can I get you guys another round? We're like, yeah. And she's like, I just want to ask, is it okay if we use the same glass because we're out of glasses?
Jesus.
And I was like, what in the fuck? That's fine. Whatever. So we get another round. Find our own menu from like the waitress stand out there. And we're like, flag her down. Can we order some food? Oh, yeah. It might be a little while, though, because the kitchen's really backed up.
We don't have any food.
We're like, that's fine. So we order some stuff. Yeah, I order some chicken tenders. She orders some breadsticks, and she's like, "Do you want anything with the chicken?" And I was like, "Yeah, can I get some honey mustard?" No problem. We eventually get the food, and the guy brings it out. He's like, "Can I get you guys anything?" And I was like, "Yeah." Can I get some honey mustard? He's like, "No problem." Never see him again.
Right.
Some other chick comes out. "Can I get you guys anything?" Everything's great. Can I get some honey mustard though?
That's the game we play.
Because at this point, like, the breadsticks are gone. She's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." And we're sitting there, we're drinking, and she's like, "I don't think you're gonna get your honey mustard." I was like, "I know." So I grab one of the chicken things, start eating it. Lady comes back over to the table. She's like, "They're checking in dry storage. We might be out of honey mustard." I was like, "Awesome." And then, like, 5 minutes later, some dude comes out with, like, some little cup of honey mustard, which I'm sure they found in a box that was propping up a table in the back or something. Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, thanks. I'm probably not going to eat this though." So yeah, that was my Friday. Saturday, went up to another bar because my uncle was in town from Florida. So hung out with the family a little bit. And then today I went to my daughter's high school graduation down in Akron. I'm still pretty much convinced the only reason I was even invited is because she wants a laptop for her graduation. But it was nice. She's
Are you going to buy her that laptop, Larry?
What's that?
Are you going to buy her that laptop?
I probably am. But it's not going to be a MacBook, because fuck her.
There we go.
So
that's good.
I'm old. She's all graduated now. And I'm going to mention it now. Kevin will forget. Everybody else will forget. Well, no one will forget because nobody will care. But I won't be here next week because I will be at a Memorial Day weekend cookout.
You hear that, sure, Brian? So don't call in sick.
Yeah, I will still get the message from Kevin letting me know whatever, and then I will get a text from him asking me if I'm joining. But you've been warned.
No back pain. Just, I don't have as good a story as this depressing Larry's story.
You never have a good story.
Larry, you made it sound like this girl was totally into you, and you were at this romantic place in the park, and then it was more in Larry's world. It was a rotten sandwich. A duck was going to kill a kid, and and then you went to a bar and everything sucked about it. It just
ran out of glasses and
just sounded like a totally miserable time.
Week in the life of Larry Mack.
Jeez.
Although you should take that with a grain of salt because depending upon the outcome of my doctor's appointment tomorrow, according to my online research, the meds that she put me on to deal with my bipolar disorder and paranoid delusions.
Now you're bipolar.
Might actually be turning me psychotic, like literally.
Good.
So
that's good.
I may actually be psychotic now.
We've known that for years. It's just time for you to come to terms with it.
Probably.
Oh, come on.
I'll tell you my dumb lawn mowing story. So I have something to say this week because I never have anything going on. So my mom had a lawn service guy, and his name's Trace.
And the dogs try to get ran over all the time.
No, and so when I wanted lawn service because my back was ruined, I said, "Can you mow my place?" And he's like, "Sure, no problem." So this guy Trace, he hired out a guy, Ron. And Ron was actually the guy mowing my lawn. So Ron mowed my lawn for like 2 years. I didn't have any problems with that guy. So then I get a letter this year from that Trace guy, and he says, "I'm not going to be managing it anymore. If Ron does your property, here's his phone number. If Brad does your property, here's his phone number." So I'm like, all right, whatever. It doesn't matter to me as long as the bill doesn't get fucking stupid high or something. Yeah. So anyway, like this year, now I've always had a dog chain or a rope, like one of those steel ropes. So this year they run over the steel rope and completely cut it and then lose it somewhere. Like they took it with them. They were like, "Well, I'm taking the broken rope." So I was like, all right, well, you know, I don't
You might
pick
need
it
that
up.
back.
I don't pick it up, so I blame myself on that one. I mean, I didn't call him or anything. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll replace it and I'll get a chain because, you know, that way they won't run it over and it'll fuck it up. And if it does, it'll fuck up their mower. So, right after that mow, the chain is cut in 3 places. And I'm like, really? Really?
And you got a bill for the busted mower.
It's a fucking chain. No, I didn't get a bill. But I didn't get anything. I didn't hear from him. So I got some padlocks, right, that I had in my basement.
Dogs are trying to shoot through that thing.
And I fixed the chain with the padlocks. And I didn't contact the guy because I was like, all right, the lesson has to be learned now. The first time's an accident. The second time is you're a moron. So the third time comes, right? The next week comes. I got steel posts in the ground, right? That 2 of them, 2 of those dog posts that are steel, because my dog is pretty strong and he can rip one of them out of the ground. So I got
the leg off a fucking strong man.
So I got 2 of them, right? Somehow the chain pulled and bent the steel, ripped the head off of one, and bent the other one, fucking completely mangled. And fucked up the chain. So, all right. So I call this Ron guy, and I'm like, look, man, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you guys, but this is fucking, you know, retarded. I'm gonna cancel service. All right, I'm just canceling it. Whatever. So I left a message. So Ron calls me back. He's like, look, I don't mow your lawn anymore. You must have Brad mowing your lawn. I said, well. I said, I didn't know. Trace said, you know, whoever used to do it, whatever, but I know you used to do it. I said, do you want to mow my lawn? He's like, no, we don't really have anything out there. We're out in Brunswick. I'm like, all right, it's fine. So then I had calmed down a little bit, and I thought to myself, well, I better find new lawn service before I fucking call this Brad guy and cancel service. So I called a couple of places, you know, and left messages because it was after hours. And I said I wanted an estimate. Well, like 2 weeks go by, and my lawn hasn't been mowed by Brad at all. It's starting to get kind of high.
Uh-oh.
And but you know, we've had a lot of rain, so I wasn't thinking too much about it. But then I get this letter in the mail, and it's from Brad's Lawn Service, and it's got a bill for the 3 mows, and then it says, canceled by Trace. Last bill. So the guy who said he wasn't going to manage the fucking service anymore must have gotten a phone call from that Ron guy that I had called, and then Trace called Brad and canceled the service without fucking telling me. Okay, so now my lawn's getting stupid high, and I don't have lawn service, and my lawnmower was underwater at one point from the fucking flooding that went on, so I know that thing's fucked. So I'm like, fuck. So I start calling places. I called like 4 places, left messages. 2 guys said they'd give me a quote. But no, like 2 days go by, and nobody's called me back yet to even give me a quote. One lady calls me back and says they're booked, right? So I'm like, I gotta get a lawnmower. I gotta get a lawnmower because I live in crazy nice town, and you know, my lawn.
They standing for that shit too long.
Right, my lawn's gonna get me a ticket. So I said I'm gonna just get a maintenance mower. I'm gonna get something small so I can mow the front in an emergency, whatever. I get like an electric lawnmower because it's cheap and it's light because of my back, because my back's all fucked up. So I order that from Home Depot, right? It's going to take 2 days to get to my house. I had to spend $200 on it.
Right.
So, like, that day that the mower arrives at my house, these 2 guys that mow, they're called like 2 brothers in North Royalton. They tell me, they're like, yeah. Well, let me say this first. The first guy calls me up and he's like, well, it's his secretary, and she's like, he looked at your lawn, he says the first mow is going to be $100 because it's kind of long, and then each mow after that will be $45 a mow.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for some other quotes. I'll call you back if that sounds good. I ain't calling her back. My old mow was just $35.
Yeah.
So this other guy calls me up the day that the mower finally shows up at my house because I'm thinking I'm going to mow it as soon as I get home from work so I can take care of this. And these guys are like, well, it'll be $119 a month. So if you figure 4 mows a month, it's like 30. Yeah, like $30. I'm like, that's great. I said, and he goes, yeah, I think we're going to come tomorrow, which was Saturday. And I was like, tomorrow? I think it's going to rain tomorrow. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you know what? We'll come right now. So I'm at work, and
Right.
but I have a camera that like is pointed at my front and my backyard, and I'm watching these guys mow my lawn while there's a lawnmower in a box sitting in front of my garage. There's like a picture of like it's not a brown plain box. It's the picture of the mower, brand new, sitting there in front of the garage, waiting for me to come home. That I can't use now because these guys mowed my lawn. I mean, I could pretend and roll it around the yard, but now they've done everything. So I'll keep it, I guess, in case I need it, but fucking dumb. So that was my dumb lawn story to get lawn service. It's fucking... Thankfully, they didn't run over the dog chain. That would have just been the icing on the cake.
That would have been epic.
They would have trashed.
And I get home and they ran over the fucking dog.
Yeah.
The dogs are gone.
Yeah, that would have been it. Home ownership is not. I'm telling you, it's not all fucking cracked up to me.
Not worth it.
It's real, it's not. Okay, we got a little news and we got a few emails. So let's get to it. Tamriel Unlimited and ESO's console launch, The Elder Scroll Online, were big hits, and mostly because we didn't go free to play. The last time ZeniMax Online Studios Matt Fire visited Berlin, something very special happened. I'm not reading all this. I thought this was like some commentary piece. Never mind. I thought it was a news article. Now I look at it, it's like Thor Ragnarok, the movie, has added Jeff Goldblum as Grand Master and Carl Urban as the Executioner.
Ooh.
The
Executioner.
I don't like Jeff Goldblum. Like, because he's Jeff Goldblum in everything he's in. You know what I mean? Like, he's
Pretty
not...
much the same guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's the same guy. He's the exact same guy in everything he's in. Like, there's no acting going on. It's like, we hired Jeff Goldblum to be Jeff Goldblum. And it's like, fine. I mean, it was fine when, like, The Fly was out and shit, but, like, I'm getting old now and I'm tired of him. It's going to be the same guy that was in Jurassic Park.
Shit.
It's just,
Like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. I mean, Nicolas Cage...
Come on,
He's-
he had that completely convincing Southern accent in Con Air. I mean, he was a completely convincing vampire in Vampire.
That was awesome. Don't even diss that movie. That movie was
I
great.
love that movie.
Fucking gold. So funny, man.
That might be the best movie he was ever in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he knew he looked like a lunatic. That's why I'm sure he didn't give a shit. Like, how much? I'm a vampire? All right.
I'm the Ghost Rider? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, wait. I'm not a vampire. I'm just a crazy guy who thinks he's a vampire. That's even better. I can totally do that
I
shit.
know people that'll like that.
But Carl Urban, that'll be fine. I like Carl Urban. He's all right.
Yeah, I liked him in Dread, man. That was pretty good.
There's always talk about trying to revitalize that with another one or a TV show. Or I don't think it.
No, they shouldn't do a TV show. They could make another movie out of it if they did it right, like they did the last one. Because, I mean, Leanna Headley, or how the fuck you say her name?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was her. When I first saw the movie, I'm like, going, "Who the fuck is that chick, man?" She looks familiar. I'm like, "Oh shit, that's fucking Sarah Connor."
They should. It's really a British bent comic, and since it's over there in their paper, they should. The Brits ought to do something with it. Because we keep on trying to Americanize the fucking thing, and it doesn't make the same. It doesn't have the same thing. Oh, this is garbage. Let me see. I don't really have too much gaming news. This was kind of weird. I didn't read the story, but the headline says X-Men Apocalypse brings in 103 million before its U.S. debut. That's kind of crazy. International numbers are in for the latest X-Men movie, and it's pacing ahead of Days of
Chinese
Future
have
Past.
stolen the original copy, and their movie's great.
Angry Birds movies soar. Europeans they're not as critical, I think, and Asians. They're just not as critical as we are about comic book movies. They're like, hey, they clap. They're like, hooray, people fight, We're all like, fucking...
They probably think our fighting movies are shit, though, because they get used to all those John Woo flicks.
Doesn't act anything like the Apocalypse from the comic books. We get all mad and shit, but over there...
He had a hose on the back of his head. He never had a hose there.
Right. Or
fucking stupid. Do they even... Are they even thinking of the right guy?
We're just terribly critical, and they're probably just like, oh, look at him. He looks cool, Very cool.
Very sexy.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's like, all right, it was probably a better time over there. You're probably just with people that are just happy to be there.
No, I doubt you, chirp.
Meanwhile, we're all salty over here, and we're watching it like, fucking Jeff Goldblum again.
Right. Back then, they're like, we never had movie. Before, we used to eat rocks. That's just for fun. And now,
Up until 1994, they had never seen a moving picture.
Right.
And they just spent their time eating rocks.
Eating rocks, yeah. Depends on which country we're talking about. They might have,
Anything east of Maine and west of Alaska.
Right. Just very happy to be in the theater. We were starving and eating each other, but no.
we burned poop to stay warm.
Fucking cannibals watching shitty superhero movies going like, oh,
yeah.
Look at the colors.
So much better.
Look, they got the outfit correct. Give me Timmy's leg.
You'd be like, because if you were there bitching, they'd be like, oh, you think this is hard? You come with me, I show you.
Yeah. We go to camp now.
Oh, you fucking hard.
Crying won't save. No, just stop that. We just, it's not good to help you. Come on.
Before Rise of the Silver Surfer, all we could do for entertainment was fight each other in gladiatorial combat in the gulags.
Yes, now our life is better.
We study Kung Fu all the time, and now we have wars, but now we have Angry Birds movie. We are happy.
Yeah. We're enjoying our lives now.
Those birds, just shoot them. How hard can it be, They throw pig, eat bird.
Apocalypse
makes no sense.
Is pacing ahead of the last film, 2014 Days of Future Past, which made $100 million for its international opening weekend in the same 75 markets. The top international market for Apocalypse was the United Kingdom, $10.5 million, followed by Mexico at $8.6 million, Brazil at $6.6 million, Russia at $6.5 million, and France at $5.9 million. The movie has yet to open in major international markets.
$5.5 million is viewed as a triumph.
As China and Japan. And France, I guess. Ugh.
Right, because when we said, when it was in Russia, said, apocalypse, they thought, it's end of the world, so we don't want to see that. The angels are actually angels, not the fucking superhero.
They're probably like, oh, this is good. Another movie where America gets destroyed by Americans.
Yeah. So these are your heroes, huh? Well, not now. Aha. Vladimir, you're so critical. The Americans aren't our enemies anymore. You be quiet.
They crush, they kill, they destroy.
The movie has yet... Okay. Apocalypse comes to U.S. theaters on May 27th. In other news about this weekend's international box office, Sony's Angry Birds movie brought in $55.5 million, bringing its life-to-date international total to $112 million. The animated movie based on... Rovio's game is expected to make $37 to $39 million in the U.S. this weekend, which would bring its global total to $159 to $151 million. Seriously, what is that movie about, really? I mean, what?
It's about Angry Birds.
About birds that are angry.
And the pigs. I mean,
pig come and take country.
See, on the one hand, the movie looks stupid as shit. I can't imagine what it's about, and I have no desire to see it, and I probably won't see it. On the other hand, the Lego movie was fucking incredible when I actually saw it. Like, I took my kids to see it. I was like, it looks like it'll be kind of funny, and the kids will enjoy it. I was like, oh my god, this movie is fucking incredible.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure Anderson will see it because he's the master of all things kids movies.
A master of all things dumb.
If you play Seed It, he knows all the dumb kid movie answers that nobody in their right mind knows.
I just know all the answers.
Apparently.
It's not about the kid movies. Just the movies.
Yeah.
Just wisdom talking here.
There'd have to be like a Seen It for like Criterion Soviet films for me to play. It's like nobody's going to be even remotely.
Be like, you guys suck. I'm beating your asses.
You guys never saw Gulag 37?
Yeah.
While he's sitting there, like, you this little thin mustache, and
I'm like, you guys never saw Ivan the Terrible. You never saw Ivan the Terrible. Really? Really? Never? Come on.
We'll all be guessing some fucking Gorky Park bullshit. Kevin will be like, Svechnichnia Exnexnio.
That's the only one you can pronounce correctly. Look at that shit absolutely right. Everything else is like, I have no idea what I'm saying. But that shit, he gets perfect.
Oh my god. We won't read that one. We'll just move to email. There's just some shit about the Oculus Rift this week. It's not really that interesting.
I'm sure it's interesting to the 5 people that have an Oculus Rift.
There's some hack that lets you play the Valve one, the Vive games on it, or vice versa. That's been removed now, and then they announced something that they reneged on something that's not free anymore or something. It's not that interesting. 2 emails. That's all we got. 2 emails this week. 2 emails.
Paranoid Grace hates.
This one is from Ian, the original Ian, and he wrote to fuck that other Ian guy at videogamenews.com.
Crime.
He said, "Sup, guys? I think I'll take Larry up on his offer. Call me Apocalypse Doomsday Esquire, defiler of all your women." Just kidding.
Yeah, we can remember that.
I'm glad you guys still get a kick out of my short career in crime fighting. My best friend,
pretty fucking awesome. I mean, come on.
who Don might remember as Chaos from GTA 5, actually trained me in the techniques I used to kick that guy's ass. I just thought I was flailing until my friend slowed down the video to show me. I try not to talk about it because I feel like I'm bragging. It's Wing Chun, by the way.
Everybody Wing Chun tonight.
But enough about that shit.
Hey, it ain't bragging if you can back it up.
Thinking about starting a podcast myself with one of my ex-girlfriends. Got any tips?
Yeah. Why would you do that? Why did you do anything with an ex-girlfriend?
Well, if you have kids with them,
You're trying to get on her again, maybe? That would maybe be a reason.
Yeah, that's a legit reason.
What?
That would be legit.
Figure out a time. This is my piece of advice I give most people. Figure out a time in a day, if you're going to do it weekly, that always works for you. And try to stick to that. Because if you just try to wing it whenever, see Cleveland Sports Radio. It doesn't come together.
Like Tuesdays at 11 o'clock.
There's your cautionary tale.
Yeah. It's the best thing. It's the hardest thing is just to keep doing them. Especially when you realize that nobody's really listening.
Best part.
That's when you kind of go, well, maybe I should just not do this because nobody cares and that kind of thing. It takes a long time to build up any kind of an audience.
And don't yell at your listeners if they make fun of you.
Yeah, don't be like us. We're not successful if you haven't noticed. Don't do what we do. Just
it takes a long time to build up an audience. I've been doing Tumbling with Tumbleweed for like over 6 years now, and I got like 100 listens every week.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
You know.
Yeah. That's more than people usually listen to me all week long. I usually get 10 people to listen to whatever shit I got to say.
If your ex-girlfriend is kind of hot, like, get her like a low-cut shirt and put her on YouTube and just have her on there, being kind of dumb, and that's going to get you millions of hits.
You will clean up.
Yeah, you'll just make massive cash.
Like, I am still trying to figure out how to marry Jenna Marbles.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll make.
But if you figure that one out, let me know. Cause...
There's no money. There's nobody paying you for a podcast, but you make a video, You can get paid. By the way, if you ever want me on to derail the show again, I'm usually half in the bag on Sunday nights, so it could be entertaining. Later, the original Ian. If you're on Facebook, I don't know if you are anymore. You used to be, I think. But if you are, I could reach out. I do that with Alexa and sometimes Jackal if one of these guys calls in sick. Which next week, Larry's not going to be here, so you never know. Of course,
really, do we need anybody to replace Larry?
they'll
Larry can't be replaced.
we can get that Jedi guy on who, doesn't listen to the show and
He forgot all about
sells lighting. We just ask him about selling lighting. This one's from Antonio, good friend, and he writes to Moonshine Bitch at VideoGameNews.com.
God.
Hello, Don and crew. Following the recent death of former Megadeth drummer, if you had one way to go, what way would that be? Larry succumbing to a zombie disease, Don crucified by the Amish, Kevin being eaten alive by his dogs, or Brian going over the cliff in his truck with a gerbil up his ass and a dick in a bottle. Peace. Boy, Brian got it bad on that one.
Yeah, I kind of got hit hard there, buddy. So,
Gerbil up your ass.
probably
and a
have it
dick
coming,
in a
though. That
bottle.
probably just paid off a lot of karma right there. I think about that a lot late at night. No, I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to die from a tornado at some point. It's going to pick me up,
You should, though.
and it's going to whip me. It's going to, take me to the top and then toss me, towards Chicago or something, where I'll just smash through somebody's roof and be dead.
Drop you on a picket fence.
And no one will know what the hell, who I am or what happened. Yeah. Totally going to die from a dumb tornado.
Dumb tornado. Look, there's a smart tornado.
See, my thing is, I am apparently basically immortal because
Well, yeah.
as much as I try, I
only be
can't
one.
seem to die. I'm pretty sure what's ultimately going to happen though is I'm going to be sitting on the couch alone
Don't choke to death on chicken. We know.
in the dark watching TV.
Perfect.
Either alone or one of my 37 episodes that I've DVR'd of Bar Rescue,
Save yourself.
eating like a bag of fucking Cheetos in my underwear.
I can't
And
watch it
I'm
anymore.
finally going to have that one final Cheeto
That good one.
that just completely ruptures my stomach like the fucking sloth or the gluttony dude in 7, and that's how I'm going to die. Just blood and bile and half-chewed Cheetos.
Guys are gonna pull your head out of a fucking
fucking-
bowl. You had
fucking
it coming.
pouring down my mouth there with the half-empty bag of Cheetos still laying on my belly when eventually somebody shows up to see why I haven't paid my rent.
Is that what's going on? You're watching 7 and you see that and you're like, Jesus, that could be me.
That's totally how I'm going out. I can see it already.
That's hilarious. Anderson, Brian, do you guys have a known death option? No? You're not going to be like...
It's not going to be as epic as people think with me. I'm sure they're like, "Oh, Brian will die," and Chuck will like, "No, it'll probably be getting out of the truck."
I'm gonna
Mine's
have
gonna be
I'm gonna have an aneurysm shitting on the toilet. Is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right,
They'll find me in a hotel room, and I'm a dick in
die
my
in my
hand or
sleep.
something.
I was watching Dateline, which is always about some killers killing people, And there was this one dude, and he killed his buddy and his friend that's female over $60,000, and
Sounds like a reasonable reason.
Yeah, it's as good a reason as any.
and
Kill all of you for
but
60.
he killed him, and then he asked her over, and then shot her in the back of the head to try and mask that the other guy was dead. It was really fucked up. And the thing is that this guy seemed pretty normal. It wasn't like watching Lockup where those guys all look crazy with a tattoo on their face and shit.
Yeah.
This was like a normal dude, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, do I have any friends like this? Do I have any friends that are one day they're going to be like, "Hey man, can you look in my closet for something?" Yeah, sure. And behind me, I'm pap pap, and then I'll be dead. I just sit there and think, who's most likely to do that?
Just about anybody we know, man.
See, I think it's gonna happen at game night. I'd be like, "Hey Kevin, can you check in the little fridge there? Do you have any Mike's Hard Lemonades? Hold on, let me look real quick." Pap, pap.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
now there's 4 people at the table, and we can play the game.
I'm like, God, I'm thankful that I think I don't know anybody that fucking crazy.
Oh, no, you do.
I don't know. Nothing bad's happened yet.
Famous last words, man.
Like right now, if he called you up and asked, would you go install a router at like Adam's house? No.
That's be a kiss of death.
Adam is harmless. It's the house that'll kill you.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, there might, Cease might snap one day or something.
It'll be quick if Don does it, though.
You would probably know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be the one that finally puts him over. Hey, Don, while you're here, can you take a look at the light in the bathroom? God damn it, he just snaps your neck and rips your head off and leaves.
Yeah. The only thing that would suck with Cease is that there'd be no mercy at all. There'd be no trying to fucking talk your way out of. You're getting whatever you're getting.
Yeah, because he would just any one of us, he would just snatch us up, break us in half, and just.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then he'd be like pissed about. Damn it!
Why did I get blood on me?
God.
Because
he'd be like the Cyclops in that Ulysses movie, where he just like grabbed a producer, starts eating him.
Because he always seems calm under the surface, but under the surface, I don't think it's true.
There's usually something simmering because you're always like, you'll like fuck with him a little bit, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop now.
Like he told me the one time. He told me the one time he's like, what I like to do is I like get on my phone on the internet and I'll like look at like a picture of like a guy's like exposed brain. And I'll just sit there and stare at it. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, what's going on with you, man?
You'd say that's the most reasonable thing on earth, sir.
Could you do me a huge favor and never come over here again?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man. I feel bad for the guy. Like, hope your kids don't run it. What are you looking at that? Nothing.
That's the sort of guy that if he goes to queue, crying is not going to help. You're just dead as fuck. I mean, you're not gonna have long because his handle. I mean, he used to grab our fucking grab the knee and squeeze, and it wasn't remotely like even if you were like the biggest homophobe in the world, that shit lasts maybe like half a second, and the pain kicks in. Yeah, and then you don't think about that shit no more. He's killing you.
You grab your knee and squeeze, and it made that eating celery noise.
Yeah.
No matter what Cease is going to do to you, he's going to laugh the whole time.
It'll be that one where he like bugs his eyes out of his head. He's like,
Yep.
That's fucking.
You're like, oh, you think you're funny, huh? And then you're going to grab you by the neck and just squeeze.
Yeah.
You're like, my knee.
But briefly.
Yeah. No, I think if that dude ever did snap, it'd be his folks first. So as long as you don't do anything with his old man or anything, then you'd be all right. 'Cause fuck, not always seeing eye to eye with them. All right, well that's it for this week's show. You guys got any shout outs or anything?
Congratulations to my older daughter Kendall for graduating this year. And
maybe she'll listen to this long after you're dead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
the memoir that everybody's leaving behind for their loved ones on VGN. Yeah. I miss my dad. How many episodes did you get through? Well, just half of the first one. But
enough to hear his voice. It was
very obnoxious and loud.
Yeah, and then I remembered why we didn't speak for the last 20 years of his life.
Yeah, no kid. It's although the Anderson's daughter, this show's been like a journal of her existence. Of course, you have your own show as well, but who knows what you talk about on that show?
You have your own show, Donnie? When is it on? What's it called?
11. Tumbling with Tumbleweed. You can catch it on iTunes for free. Download every episode I've ever created over the past 6 years. All the bad ones.
So basically, all of them.
Yes.
I don't know.
That's what I just said. All the bad ones.
Every time I see you post it on Facebook, I'm thinking, you know what? I should call on his show, and I just don't.
I don't blame you.
It's like, because I'm like going, that means I gotta talk, and it's not gonna be like something I can stop. I'll have to answer questions, and I'm sure it'll be fun because it's done. I like that. I don't really want to fucking talk to anybody if I don't have to.
I should call it a show, but that's totally sleepy time. So
yeah, mostly every all time is for me sleeping time. So.
Oh, don't worry. I've got grand aspirations. I've had grand aspirations for years now of doing a different type of show. And one of these days,
when he doesn't have to pay for braces.
After I'm paying for braces. Maybe if I get my own place.
You should have a telethon, you know? You raise money for braces.
Right. I'm going to start a GoFundMe page.
Folks, that's it. We'll be back next week without Larry. Peace.
See ya.
Peace. Deuces, bitches.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Catch you guys later.
Hey, bye-bye.
See ya.
Love you.